royal in tears. Queen Elizabeth just made an emotional decision on Prince Philip memorial service. Today, during a 40-minute service, Prince Philip's remaining wishes could be fulfilled, and within the iconic central London Abbey which meant so much to him and the Queen. A tiny, bowed figure dressed in black, sitting statuette still and completely alone, COVID rules barring her from a single warm hand to hold. That image of our masked Queen at the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral last April, sitting isolated in St George's Chapel at Windsor Castle just hours after she had said a final, private goodbye to her husband of 73 years, has engraved itself into national memory. She seemed to shrink before our eyes as the coffin of her childhood crush, the boy she admitted she admired for his Viking blonde good looks, who won her teenage heart at 13, who called her Cabbage and Lilibet and always made her giggle, was lowered out of sight. So what a contrast today, to see her in Edinburgh Green, flanked by 3 generations of her closest family, at a service of thanksgiving for her trusted consort and best friend. While the skies were an uninspiring leaden grey, a far cry from the brilliant blue that dazzled at his funeral, this was the truly fitting, uplifting, commemorative event the Queen had been waiting for. And importantly, the event the precise Duke himself had wanted and planned. Last year, just 30 mourners could attend the funeral for the Duke, and his carefully drawn-up inventory, code-named Forth Bridge, had to be drastically reduced. Today, during a 40-minute service, all his remaining wishes could be fulfilled, and within the iconic central London Abbey which meant so much to the couple. Because it was under its towering, Gothic arches, 75 years ago this November, the Duke and the Queen married, under similarly grey skies, where the young princess promised to obey knowing full well she would one day be queen. And it was here too, Prince Philip pledged his allegiance to her as her liege man of life and limb at her coronation in 1953. Those memories must have drifted in and out of the Queen's memory today, as she sat stock still. While the service dwelt mainly on the Duke's work and dedication to his causes, there was still room for her to nod to their personal relationship. The Queen appeared totally alert at the memorial service for her late husband the Duke of Edinburgh, forming a direct comparison to her more sombre and sorrowful appearance at his funeral last year, a body language expert has said. The monarch, 95, was joined by members of the royal family, dignitaries and a 1,800-strong congregation for a poignant service at Westminster Abbey to honour her late husband, Prince Philip, on Tuesday. Her Majesty was brought in via a side entrance beside Poets' Corner, accompanied by her second son Prince Andrew. The Queen clutched onto her son's arm before walking the few steps alone to her place in the front row. Her appearance at the service was particularly noteworthy given recent problems with her mobility and after she pulled out of the Commonwealth service earlier this month. Special measures were put in place at Tuesday's event for her comfort, including keeping the length of the service to 45 minutes. The monarch also joined the rest of the congregation by standing to sing hymns, despite prior reports speculating she may not do so. Body language expert Judy James spoke exclusively about the Queen's appearance at Prince Philip's memorial service. Ms. James claims the appearance of the confident monarch contrasts with her appearance at Philip's funeral last year when she appeared sorrowful. The monarch was famously pictured sitting alone as COVID restrictions in place at the time meant the guest list was capped at just 30, and households were unable to mix. Unlike last April, the Queen had close family members in all the seats around her at Tuesday's event. Having made her firm and very controversial arrival on the arm of her second son, she took her seat, rooting busily through her handbag for her glasses, before sitting looking confident, totally alert to all the eulogies and stoically standing throughout all the hymns.